Got 3 great maps these players decided to lock in here, and it is all going to come down to who wants it more. Let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. We're making their Champions Paris debut. It's the Legends of the Pacific, Achilles and Paper Thin.
Thank you very much, GB. It is a pleasure to be back here in Paris. I'm Achilles, that's Paper Thin. And my God, we might just have an incredible series here before us. Team Heretics once again going up against Ospas there on MIBR. Kuro to start it all off.
Yeah, surprisingly, the first time these two orgs are going to meet at any level of competition. But yes, Ospas will certainly be wanting revenge. But for me, the story of these two teams is their momentum, is their fire. Can they keep it stoked here throughout this grueling, what I expect to be a grueling series? I mean, both of these teams are going to have to keep those emotions high. You heard it during those pre-show interviews. That's what the talk of the town is for these guys. You know, coming in so confident. Benji Fishy flirting with some damage, but backed off by the shock dart there. That's something that I've really been impressed with here for Verno, how clean he is with those shock darts to gain a little bit of territory control, to gain some space, or to delay on fallbacks on the defender side of the map. But let's see what MIBR has in store.
Quick little face out. Here's that Sheriff on the opposite side. So Odyssey just going to be backing away, joins in with the rest of the team. Wiley just clustered here in mid. Drone to try to push. Scale in behind this one, try to get some semblance of map control, because for now, it's firmly in the hands of Heretics.
This is classic MIBR. They love to take these mid-round pauses to try to work the map a little bit, bait out some utility, figure out what their opponents are doing. And Heretics just going to fall back to the default, to the 2-1-2. Try to hold this off. It's going to be on to Cortezia. See what he can do as the Viper to get that extra angle, to get that extra flank. These executes for MIBR often really impactful, and obviously that guy on your screen, a big part of it. Flash going to be coming.
Made up and over the top, Ospas going in, dips down, has to take that refract out immediately. Verno able to find one, but Miniboo does get rid of Odyssey at the same time. Now the flank getting ready to come in, but noted and dealt with Woot. Able to find it with a headshot. Ospas, however, right back into the fray, gets himself into the site. He's able to find Benji Fishy, and Shenum does manage to take down the enemy Viper. Now Plant coming through. 2v3 for the attempted retake here for Heretics.
They're so good at backing up those executes, and it's so difficult to read if Ospas fully commits or not, but Jenum going to be holding a tight angle. Verno stepping in.
Riding the corner here, the smoke, Jenum right there alongside him. That's going to be Pooh, able to collect them both, doesn't take a lick of damage, now finds himself into the 1v1. Up in towards heaven though, goes Ospas, trying to go from an unexpected angle, and he has pulled it off. The opening round here on Corrode goes the way of MIBR.
Yeah, this is just quintessential MIBR. Throw a little bit of KO utility over the top. Verno there gets the spot with his util. Able to find that easy kill off of the refract from Ospas. And then it's a flood into the site. They do challenge this choke and give it to the 1v1 for Boo, who has been good in some clutches at this event.
Let's go, boys!
Fraud's fired up, and you know, I got to talk to him a little bit today before the match, and you know, he's just so happy with the way the team's been performing, just really impressed with the way they were firing against RRQ, who he thought is a really tough team. Refract there from Ospas, a challenge from Jenum. Ooh, he takes a bunch of damage there.
A bit of it is decay, but still plenty suffered. Resting now with 38 HP. One of the players with that Phantom in hand certainly don't want to have that fall into the enemy here. As Ospas to the ring, a dash, maybe wants to just try to go for the fight. Yeah, peeks off the back of that recon dart, able to find Woot and Verno. Takes down Miniboo at the same time, shutting down this crunch attempt from mid. Rien still pushing forward, does make his presence known, but isn't able to find much of anything there with those stray shots of the smoke.
Yeah, and I like that they're being really diligent about watching their flanks. This is something that MIBR did so well against RRQ, who likes to take a lot of mid presence, likes to take a lot of mid control. It's about watching that flank behind you. You know, Ospas got that impactful double kill on the bonus against them. Something they need to be potentially aware of against Heretics. They're not as keen to do that compared to some. Heretics are much more about shutting you down while you're trying to get through chokes or trying to get to the plant. But in this case, of course, just with the eco, just with the classics, probably just going to try to find a way to die to the spike if possible. A couple players here pretty beat up with this 3-rifle investment. So let's see if MIBR is going to be able to carry over the heavy firepower into the next round.
Should be decently well suited. Seems like Heretics, given this grouping, a peek in towards this A site where maybe they could find Cortezia, who's going to be on this later lurk, but otherwise likely just going to go down to the spike itself and allow for MIBR to potentially get even the flawless to tick over. Looks like Verno with the ghost in hand will want to go on the hunt a bit, see if he can try to get some more ult charge. A death will put him one away. And that is where he's going to rest for now. So one more for that Hunter's Fury to come through. And as it is going to be a clean start here for MIBR.
Just really great awareness in the middle of the map here. Again, not overcommitting to anything. Aspas finds a nice tight angle there to get the opening kill as the dart is coming through. Verno does such a good job supporting his teammates from the back line. He's always the guy who's going to be kind of following up off what Aspas is trying to do, or if there's counter pressure, if there's some kind of util dump from the opponents, he's often the one who's able to sidestep it, come in, get the big kill to open things up a bit more for MIBR. Coming into this bonus looking pretty good with the firepower of Bulldog for Artisan. Quick dash out there.
They're looking for a trap setup here, but Aspas eats an immense amount of damage. Good fire out there from the side of Rienz. Forces him back. Down to 10 HP. Cortezia dead simultaneously. So Verno trying to see if he can spot anything out here top mid. Nothing to be found. Loot finishes the job. Finds himself a second as Hudson gets taken down as well. Massive shutdown here on the set strategy from MIBR. Heretics looking alive and well in the anti-bonus.
Yeah, just taking some really nice contact fights. Woot, a player the desk was wanting to highlight a bit to see how he would fare on that Viper. He stands tall there over towards B-Link. On to Genom, see what he can do. Maybe find some more damage for MIBR.
You'd love to take any of these weapons away. Make this a bit more costly here for the side of Heretics. Little peeks coming through. Boo gets the spot. Not calling for any rotations quite really yet here, but won't be necessary. Boo holds the line, shuts down Genom. Denies any more damage suffered, so Heretics now get themselves on the board.
Yeah, a really nice round there for the Heretics, winning some contact fights. And that's something that both these teams really good at so far this event, to be frank. If you go back and watch them early in this event, it seemed like they were just winning duels all over the place. Something that MIBR was able to do against Fnatic on Bind, able to do against RRQ on 2 different maps. Team Heretics obviously doing it against G2 and T1, so right there, a good start for Heretics on this defender side. This is where they need to do their damage. This is where they need to rack up a bunch of rounds, it feels like. This is where they really devastated G2. Ran a bunch of rounds together to kick off the map. Just a tight hold. They like to play a little bit further back to Team Heretics on A site. Benji somehow finds a kill.
First one on the map, just gets a wallbang shot there across onto Aspas. Given that he has just been the tip of the spear, the one diving forward, getting that information, refracting back. How are you really meant to try to pilot this rifle round now? A lot of damage forward onto Rienz, puts him down to 3 HP. Verno for now slowly creeping forward here alongside Artisan.
And look at this setup. You've got a star there. You've got the Razor Vines right in the front of sight. Haunt to confirm presence. That's going to keep Miniboo there.
They delay it for now. As this creep around the side continues to come through, but the wall gets tripped, 0 point at the ready. Here at the same time, looking to try to get an entry through this yard's position. Flash into the back, Paranoia is there. Cortezia able to collect one. Rienz finally going to be finished off, so a kill found. Hunter's Fury coming through. Benji Fishy tucks into the corner just behind the box here. Manages to avoid those final pulses. Wow. Quick peek, and Cortezia is going to be able to find him at the same time. Fragment out to Miniboo's demise. Forced forward into the open arms of MIBR. And happily collect those kills and now get the spike planted.
Phenomenal work from Cortezia.
1 enemy remaining.
And now, just Boo, left standing already. Here in this forward position, just gonna silently try to creep his way back and get out of dodge scot-free. Just the one weapon to be retained. Overall, economy from Heretics will be able to afford a buy, but Benji Fishy seen better days as far as the wallet's concerned. It's gonna be MIBR stopping Heretics from catching up and keeping them here at a 2-round disadvantage.
It's massive that MIBR gets this round. And they get it as clean as they did. It didn't look good. You lose Aspas at the beginning, and you're thinking, oh boy, there goes your entry pressure. There goes your ability to bypass that Astra and Vice util. Instead, they just play it slow. That's the way they like to do it. Mid-round, it's take these pauses, gain a little bit of space, try to wait out your opponents, bait out some of their util. You know, you see it, they react nicely to the Vice wall. They don't overcommit anybody. Get a little bit of util out, confirm the presence. And that's a great spot again from Verno. He has been just brilliant on the Sova, backing these teams up, and right there, playing anti-flash, able to turn it and take down MIBR. But Cortezia winning a couple big rifle duels there, breaks things open, and MIBR stabilizes.
Aspas coming back into this one has an outlaw in hand. Only 2 players that won't be susceptible to this.
Even now, you're down to just 1.
Oh, actually, I think, yeah, it had been a last-second pivot on the purchase.
Yeah.
So only Benji Fishy able to survive that one. Aspas just going to be forced away. Quick little pulse, try to get a sun catch. This has opened up for a deep push into mid from MIBR, though.
Cutting through.
So let's see.
Very forward position.
Yeah, let's see what MIBR wants to do against this. They're going to try to challenge MIBR here. Going to get the spot. It's going to force out the TP. Opens up the map a little bit. Now, against RQ, they were opting to try to play a little bit more flank with mid-pressure like that. It seems like they're keen to make sure that that mid-pressure isn't real, isn't fully committed to. And then they're going to try to find a way through to the other extremities. Going to test those double controllers over on the B side, maybe. At least thinking about it. Time's going to tick down about 40 seconds, so seemingly this is where the hit's going to go.
Shox to try to clear out any potential util here. Cortezia making some noise over towards the A site. Looks like the pivot is going to be called here. So they're going to start rotating all the way across the map, but they are running low on time, and Cortezia has not really gotten himself scaled forward into the site whatsoever, and there's 3 players here to try to hold this off. Realistically, if you can just put Spike down on the floor, that might just be the round done and dusted. Spike, however, not going to be contested for now, so the plant does eventually come through. Verno going to get tagged up, tucks away back here at Yard. He's trying to peek to the rest of the squad, but it's going to be MIBR able to find the person. Cortezia does get taken down. Benji Fishy joins the fray, finds one himself, but Rien's now spotted out. As both shots from Aspas end up going wide. Boot able to win the fight, brings it now to a 2v2, but Verno tucking into the corner, catches Boo, trying to reload. So now goes into the 1v1. Time working against Woot.
Just needs to play time.
Oh, spotted. Saw the head there. And on the swing, Artizine gets the headshot. All 3 of his kills in the map found in this round as he keeps MIBR out in front.
Man, the confidence there to take that swing. You can see that MIBR wants to show that they've got the firepower to hang with Team Heretics. So far, they certainly have been. Been players like Cortezia, Artizine, that are doing a phenomenal job of it. You know, even if Aspas maybe hasn't heated up just yet, the other players are stepping in. Verno, really stellar in some of those follow-ups to make sure that he's getting frags when his teammates are dying for the cause. So it's going to be an early timeout here for Team Heretics. I don't mind what Team Heretics is trying to do. They're trying to be a little bit aggro towards mid. They're trying to kind of put some pressure towards our MIBR, force them to make bad rotations. And for a moment, I thought that almost worked in that previous round. I thought they had put MIBR into a tight spot where maybe when they get to the A site, they're just going to meet so much resistance that the spike maybe goes down, but very late, and there's going to be a lot of players lost. Instead, they could cede a little bit of that space. Usually they're pretty aggro at fighting right at that door by a link that leads into a site. This time around, playing a little bit more passive. They're very much about holding those back sites, trying to make you earn that space. See if they can keep it up. See what the ideas are after that timeout.
Well, for now, it's going to be the Sheriff purchase coming through across the board here for the team. I know that that outlaw is in play. Be extra cautious about what angles they're going to look to peek here.
Energy's good.
I think you're going to be
about to cycle in as well here for the side of Heretics that could very much come into play in the next buy.
It's very true. Need to see Riens get involved here as well. So far, a donut on the kill feed, and he's definitely a guy that doesn't feel like he's going to be held back for long with how stellar he's been this event. Just a slow approach towards A. Just looking to wait out this smoke, looking for an aggressive push, going up against that eco. Want to be a little bit diligent. Just the 2 controllers on this side of the map, though, and they're just going to cycle those smokes. Just trying to play as much delay as possible. A little bit of info, a little bit of space potentially being gained over at B, but should be getting a pretty good read here that, now they could be mid, they could be A. They're falling back from this.
No catch on the 0 point, just on the back end of that one, but a couple sharp shots ringing out, so they're very well aware of that presence. It's going to be the null command popped. Artesine on a warpath, but quickly he sat down here on the floor. Obviously going to be resible, but they have to clear this space, and Osmond's able to do just that. Finds the first, Verno gets the second, and just like that, 4 players strong here for the side of MIBR. Cortesia does get taken down. Osmond's still looking for a little bit more. Won't be able to find it. Artesine very much starts to come alive. Back-to-back big rounds from him as MIBR move up 5-1.
Yeah, it's nice to see Aspas getting it going with that sniper rifle. You know, him and something, the two best we have in the business with the scoped guns. And he comes alive in this round. Even though there's that shot kill there on the Cortesia, everything else pretty much goes according to plan here. Love the way that Artesine uses his fragments to buy space and time. It's something he did so well against the RRQ. In particular, shutting down the Waylay ult that Jemkin was trying to bring against them. But he's been so sturdy. A little bit of a jump peek, spot on the Boo.
TP into the back of the B site here. But Boo, on a repeat, does manage to find Ospas. That's a great shutdown to be found. Now the convergent path, something that's not going to be a concern for you here in the round. Gentleman's made his way up in towards heaven. Looking for the peek, and steadies the spray eventually. He's able to find Boo. Paranoia cuts off Mini Boo here. He sprays out some shots. Now they know there's going to be further presence reinforcing that heaven position. But MIBR, nonplussed by it. They just focus on getting the spike planted.
So much for the retake here for Heretics. They've got to get this one going with the ult cycle.
Spot out coming through, and Rien's on the peak there from heaven, able to find one. Tap of the defuse. A 3v4. Verno looking for something, but Mini Boo is there from behind. Able to find it. The pit now blooming, and Benji Fishing gets the final shot. Heretics 3 surviving. They will find themselves their second round win.
Now let's see if they can start streaking a little bit. They're going to have some good ult cycles coming up. You're going to have the Cosmic Divide. You're going to have the Vice ult into the next round. Boo just finds a timing there, just reading off of the drone pop. And he's going to be able to take Aspas down before he can even get the dash going. Fantastic work from the IGL of Team Heretics. And then you've got the ult as well from Mini Boo to really just identify where everybody is, and then Team Heretics just cutting them apart on site. Need a little bit more of that here. Like you said, Aspas died with ult in hand. Let's see if this time MIBR find a little bit more success. We haven't seen too much of the Paranoia dive into a link or even a elbow. Sometimes they like to do that. Instead, they're just going to take a lot of space.
Yeah, I mean, it's really all of the back of this Odin just spraying forward to be able to try to allow for this space to be taken. Artesine is right there looking to collect. So they go one apiece between him and Aspas. Boo. Shutting down the ladder there. Artesine still trying to work his way forward. Sends out the fragment. It's just waiting for the reinforcements to come swooping in. But it seems like Heretics overall not necessarily buying that the spike is heading towards this site. You can see that double linger still over towards A, just in case. But Boo now starting to get the bad news as it is delivered straight through the brain there. The bullet from Cortesia able to shut him down, as now the pit going to be infested, and Verno goes to the plant, which will give him another Hunter's Fury as well. This is looking like a nigh impossible retake here to 2v4 for Heretics.
Yeah, even with the Steel Garden available, just not going to commit to it. You just can't. You're absolutely right, Achilles. It just took them too long to get the read on what was really happening there. You know, because a lot of times MIBR is taking that pause, you know, with so many forces that are going to be grouped together, and they're just kind of looking to see if anybody's going to get aggro. Maybe somebody's going to come top mid, a link from the side of Heretics. Instead, they're waiting. They're buying time for that extra angle to be created from B main. Again, beautiful work by Artesine. Just so steady and a brilliant saturate.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
On up 2, just pinned into a corner. MIBR not showing any mercy here. Not slowing down. I know that Heretics is one of those teams that they can get that ball rolling. They really can start to take over, find their form. And MIBR looking to just stop that from ever really happening here on this map. So far, it's been working a treat. And I believe we're actually going to be seeing the commitment here. Just 3 rounds separated. The second timeout call here from Team Heretics.
I mean, you just got to be feeling fantastic as Fraud. he got the same out of RRQ on this map. He got 2 early timeouts on the first half of the map, and he's done it again. They are coming in with just great game plans. Obviously, the players are sharp as hell. But this is just a big win. And again, this is Heretics' favored side of the map in a lot of ways. This is defender side is usually where they're giving you a lot of trouble, but MIBR really doing nice work in putting some pressure mid at times and making the right moves, making the right rotations, hitting the right shots at the right time. I mean, it's been their MO throughout a lot of this event so far. And they're not letting their foot off the gas pedal. And Heretics, I'm sure, didn't mind seeing this map too much. This is a clear indication of where MIBR is at as a team. And on this map, they look really well drilled. It's going to be big ults for both sides, too. And you've got that Hunter's Fury, you've got an Odin for Verno, still have the Convergent Pass. Got
Odin from Rienz as well. Looks like he's just going to do some counter spam down mid.
Let's see what they want to do. They're pinging a link here. Genum's in a place where he wants to throw that Paranoia, but there's nobody there to receive it from Heretics.
I think looking to just maybe do the same trap that they had done before. That double dash forward here. Paranoia now out. Aspas goes to the peak. Nothing going to be spotted. Can refract back, but up just go ahead and keep himself in position. Odyssey with the peek down to mid. Lots of multiple targets, and Aspas now off the flank, trying to get involved. Rienz, however, able to flush him out. The Hunter's Fury from Verno far too late to be able to get the catch. So as the dust settles, it ends up just being a 3v3. It is just the lone Benji Fishy here to try to defend this A site, and now he's been spotted out. The recon getting a catch. Sends out the ult, draws down the weapon fast enough, is able to find one. Gives his life for the cause, but now got Rienz quick to rotate around to get himself here into position, try to get the shutdown. 2v2 with Shenum down to 25 health. Just waiting for the spot out, looking for the peak, finds it.
Spike down A.
Shenum, I just don't know if you're going to be able to do much against this Odin. It would have to be instantaneous, but he cannot. Rienz, he'll be able to find himself a third. Timeout conversion overall here for the side of Heretics on the buys, looking good. But can they start to snowball these rounds together?
Things just kind of cascade out of control a bit for MIBR. Heretics do a great job of dodging that early pressure from Aspas. Even though they get caught by the knife and there's a play there for MIBR to make, it's Team Heretics this time who's going to step up, get those big kills. Hunter's Fury not able to connect, and then MIBR forced over into the Vice util. That gives Benji Fishy the awareness and the time to get that crucial ult out and get the reinforcements there to secure the round. This time, really heavy presence early at B. MIBR turning up the pace, maybe.
Just a little bit of a util dump, but no real skill forward quite just yet.
Recovering it.
Seemingly just wanting to see what kind of reaction rise they can get out at Heretics. Boo going to be spotted there for a moment. Convergent Path's now going to be sent in. Aspas diving forward, but does end up hitting a couple of his teammates here, it would seem. Hinder there on him. He's just going to play this quietly, but his team is just dying around him. All the more pressure now on his shoulders to deliver an amazing clutch. Some amazing impact. Benji Fishy noted here in mid. How are you meant to play it? Finds the first. Listen towards Link. Nothing to be spotted, but now his position known. And the only way out is to fight. The round win. It's a foregone conclusion. It will not be found, nor will a weapon retained. MIBR, once again, they open the door for one. Heretics eke their way back in, and then it just gets slammed right in their faces once again.
It's this pause, throws everything awry. They read that position of Boo right away. That's an odd smoke to be on top of the hut, and they're so ready for it. And then they're just storming through, clearing most angles, other than the one Woot was in. And it turned out to be not the end of the world for them. They were just cutting through. Still, Boo sitting on that Cosmic Divide. Rienz has his ult, but it's an eco here. They're just going hot in towards A.
Yep.
Spray in, top of the bite, Rienz dead. No hope in hell. Artisine running down Benji Fishy, just pounding across. Those aren't his kills, it's okay. Verno is the one to collect. He's just willing, so willing to put his life on the line, just set up and guarantee the round victory. especially given the weaponry on the opposite side. Now once again, left to his own devices. Won't be able to find it. Verno with 3, MIBR with 8. So they look to make this a 9-3 half.
It's so fun to watch this team. Once they decide to accelerate, he gets a glimpse right as he's trying to tuck into the smoke off the back of the snake bite. Oh man, Verno. I mean, Artesian, I just love the way he plays. He's so selfless. He's using his util really smartly, but right there, just setting Verno up for a big double kill. He's got 11 assists on the map already in the first half. 1 per round on average.
It's been pretty good. He's also doing a decent amount of fragging in his own right. Boo, though, a solid advantage to start things off. Shenna, how he peeks in, maybe thinking that he was going to be able to find that player alone, but that second layer of mini-boo catches him off guard, and then suddenly it's a 2-player advantage to start off the last round of this half.
Oh, it's Nightfall. Thought for a second, Riens might use it just to buy a little bit of time, maybe get a player to cheat over.
Cross on the peak is good for the shot. Wood's going to be taken down, and now as they continue to push forward here towards B, it's once again Benchy Fishy by himself. The drone trying to lead the way, but Osbots is already far too quick to get on the angle, finds the shutdown. Now, none of this Vice util matters. Gets himself into a deeper position, checking around towards that spawn access. It's a dimensional drift. Everything in the kitchen sink is going to have to be invested here from the side of Heretics to try to get this round back into their favor. Dimensional drift to try to lead the way. Osbots to try to find a timing. Ends up catching a bullet instead, and Rien's finding a nice shutdown, giving them the player advantage. Hunter's Fury going to be coming through, and Miniboo is way further forward than Verno could have anticipated. Unseen going to be pitched as Boo finds the shot. The defuse comes in, and Heretics will recover a 4th round here in this opening half.
It's a dicey half for Heretics. At least they're able to find that last one off that early 5v3 advantage. Looks like for a moment, Osbots might just take things into his own hands. Nice little fadeaway there, but that ult from Miniboo, beautiful in a couple different regards. Gets the spot onto Osbots, gets the clear on to Verno on the backside. They're able to take the round.
Some pressure here on the side of Heretics. Still some wiggle room to try to get themselves back into this map to get ready to swap sides. Need to start on a pistol.
Heretics' passion, was that a shared passion since the very beginning, and what made you follow Los Niños in the beginning?
So I've been coaching for a couple years now in OC, and I've been studying Team Heretics for years. They're insane. But I think both of us, we both love Team Heretics.
So it's a shared passion, right? Donc première question, qui est-ce qui a initié un peu cette passion pour Team Heretics dans le couple? Qu'est-ce qui fait que vous les suivez? Tout simplement, je suis coach dans la région Océanie et donc j'étudie, on va dire au millimètre, ce que font les Team Heretics. Et voilà, c'est clairement partagé entre nous. And Will, I heard both of you had a long way to come here to cheer for your team in Paris. So, you know, how was that? And I think you're representing a region and you have a few words about it.
Yeah, we're from Australia. Me and Nicole, 27 hours out. And we believe that OC needs some recognition. We've got some really good players, but we need more love. We need more love.
Let's shed the light on OC. Donc ouais, on vient d'Australie, on a eu 27 heures pour venir ici pour soutenir les Team Heretics et la région Océanie mérite plus d'amour, plus de reconnaissance. On a d'excellents joueurs. Thank you both of you for joining me. Fingers crossed for a Team Heretics win on this side of the arena despite their hard half. And let's see if Team Heretics can come back on Corrode. Thank you so much, both. Thank you, guys.
Don't worry, OC. We know you. We love you.
We do.
And we hope to see some more of you. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Coinbase Econ report here. As the side of MIBR, honestly, yeah, he has been putting up some numbers.
It's just really efficient. And Verno as well. I mean, this double initiator comp that they bring on this map is so oppressive in the information game, in the blinds, you know, in the way that they're getting the spots out with Verno's util, the way that Verno's able to follow up off of Osbos or whoever's going in front of him. Just so impressive, the coordination and the time that these guys put in. So they came to Europe and boot camped, and look at the results. They are playing so well.
Hasn't managed to find any shots there over on towards Rien's. Always interesting to see when you have Not even a single lick of damage onto a player on the opposite side, but it looks like we are ready to go back in now for the second half. So 8-4, MIBR in a cozy lead, but a pistol win from Heretics. A little bit of start of the snowball. That could turn around very quickly.
Look at this setup. Over at A elbow, a crossfire with Aspas. Maybe trying to bait a little bit here for Cortesia. Genum is well in place.
Oh.
Whoop, okay, forget it.
Well, he is simply lost his life off the rip.
Boo's kind of had the number of some of these these MIBR players.
It certainly has.
He's gotten some big opening kills.
Bring them
They're on
down.
the recon, a Prowler to try to check. Not going to be able to get the grab here onto Verno. He lobbing in a shock dart, finds a decent little chunk of damage there on a mini boot on the re-peek. It's even more across the jump down loop. Playing up on top of the half wall, looking to try to catch him off guard, but Benji Fishy swinging the corners, just going to be able to find the headshot. Just like that, it's a 5v3 now with the spike planted, all ready for the side of Team Heretics. Double push in, Boo holding down this angle here in mid. Playing it quietly. Looks like no one really going to look to try to push the other side of that wall. We'll just cut back themselves over towards Link, try to join in with Artisan as quickly as they possibly can. There's so many angles to try to clear out here for the side of MIBR. Noise made, swing at the corner, the first one going to be found, Mini Boo going to be taken down, look at the flick there, over, Genum now, last one standing in a 1v2. Time ticking away, it sets up a smoke, flash confirming presence, gets a one tap, it's now suddenly Benji Fishy has to try to run his way forward into the smoke, but Genum has the shutdown, but he doesn't have the defuse. Damn good shooting, but the time just not there. Heretics, they will scrape by with a pistol win.
Oh my. The 3v5 that almost goes away of MIBR. Again, a great opener for Boo. He's been so sharp in those moments. He's got a great read on when and where the players are going to want to push. Down to 0.88.
Don't worry, guys. I counted. It's all good, bro.
The math was mathing. The math was mathing. Fantastic. I mean, this is kind of interesting. It's the exact same kind of start that Team Heretics had against G2 on this map. They were down 8-4, they win a pistol, they start streaking rounds. Maybe they've got some of that magic in store for us here again.
Been leaning into the Stinger buys here. Don't dip quite as hard into the wallet there. It's been a relatively free walk up here in towards Yard, and yeah, now that presence is going to be known. Puts on the corner, looking for that second kill, can't make it happen. Verno will be able to shut him down, but is only able to recover a ghost here for his troubles. Firepower-wise, MIBR very much outclassed here at the moment.
Just not going to commit to this too much. Verno looking for maybe a little extra damage, but other players lining up to either get some exits or die to the spike. See which direction Heretics ends up wanting to drift themselves. They don't mind going for the fights here, just stingers. Why not? But looks like they are going to back off. Okay.
So quick exit through the defender's spawn here for the side of Heretics. So just a one-player loss, just a ghost on the floor. Exactly who they were willing to have die. Heretics starting off this half not as cleanly as they possibly could hope. Now the deficit, just the 2 rounds separating as we go into their bonus and see if they can get that conversion.
Gonna be tough. If those stingers can sing, absolutely could be a game changer, could be a momentum breaker. It's MIBR so hot in that first half. There's going to be an early operator there for Aspas as well. They want to try to get him going with that sniper, trying to lock down some of that early space on the map.
Shenum's going for the glass cannon just to really enable that purchase. Let's see if it comes back to bite them here. It's posted up. Top of the hut here. Poison orb forward. The push getting ready to come through. Clear there onto the thorns, cannot make it happen. Fragment's gonna be coming through, but that's just disrespected. Rienz just swings in around it, eats a good amount of damage, but finds the critical kill. Verno now locked in position, and he is just scrambling to try to find his crosshair setup. He cannot. Pulling out wounds, drops, and they just continue to play together and overwhelm every single player from MIBR, one after the other. And given the operator, given the no armor for Shenum, there is nothing left to do but to sit back and watch that spike detonate.
It's crazy. Flip sides of the map, and Team Heretics instantly converts a bonus off the back of the Stingers, and it's a timing. MIBR's Artisan just a little bit unsure with throwing that knife in time. Had he thrown it a second or two earlier, could have potentially been a very different round. Maybe preventing Benji Fishy from using that Vice util. Instead, he gets cut down to size. And all of a sudden, it's just a runaway freight train of Stingers that are coming at you. They have to save. MIBR, I'm kind of curious if Rod is maybe thinking about his first time out. Maybe not here because it's an eco, but maybe sooner rather than later because Team Heretics seemingly looking to tie this matchup.
Looks like they will be able to find themselves a decent purchase. A judge in hands for Odyssey. Guardian there for Cortezia. Still that operator. Now posted up here in mid. Osbos. Ooh, catching a glimpse, but Minibu catches the shot. Has the full armor, so does survive, but down to 10 HP here is Osbos. Little poke and prod advantages now. He is continuing to play risky and put himself out there. Then coming through, and this time Osbos does manage to get the jump. Minibu going to be struck down. Advantage for the moment here to the side of MIBR.
Not going to try to reaggress. Benji's just going to hold the angle. And with no further contact, that's going to lead Team Heretics to think that maybe the B side is weak. Maybe they've rotated Osbos away. It's a little bit of mid-aggression here from Verno. Yeah, they read this. Yeah.
He's fully sending it over. Quick check towards A. Now cutting back over towards B. Maybe trying to get situated up into heaven here. But for now, Zia is alone. Sees into the corner. Thorn's going to be lobbed in. Might just send out the no avail to try to stop it. Push forward, but the site has been opened up here for the taking. Heretics happily filling that space.
Great util there to back Cortezia off. Didn't give him the angle to shut down the entry point with his own snake bite. Had to just throw it on sight.
Cosmic Divide now coming through the link position, however, still going to be opened up so his target's placed, and it might not even just be the grab well. We're trying to pull him out into the open. Verno going to be noted here on the flank. Let's take it down. Odyssey on the peak, able to find one. Paranoia now going to be sent through. Woot up here towards the bottom, but down to the open for Cortezia to collect as he finds himself a second. Boo dead. Rien's here on the site, all alone in the 1v3. The judge just bounds around the corner. No timeout necessary, it would seem. Broad trusts in the team, and they get it done. MIBR continue to maintain the advantage, not allowing for Heretics to tie things up.
They're so patient. The elbow showing right before Minibu can get the reaction. Great use of the judge here by Artisan. Tezio with a Guardian, absolutely ferocious. Finds 2 huge kills on site, and that leaves Rien's all alone. I don't disagree.
Time seems to run at him. Economy not yet going to be broken, though. Heretics still having enough money to get a couple more buys in, but MIBR steadying the ship here. Once again, the operator, an ever-present concern here for the Heretics players.
They've got Artisan there to maybe back up Osbos. Maybe set up for some combos there. So you got the flashes, got the saturate. Oh, the knife only spots Boo, though. Doesn't give you a ton of info. Not that that's super unusual in the early parts of the round. A lot of teams have learned to just dodge that bottom mid knife that's going to land. Not much you can do about it.
I'll find you.
Rien's actually throwing out a bunch of util there. Artisan stepping back far enough. He's really trying to get some info to set Osbos up here.
Benji caught off there from the drone. Cover going out. Alone holding close as everyone gets stacked up here outside of A main. No split pressure. Osbos not too far away, but you can see the pings coming down. Heretics understanding the players' positions quite well here for the moment. It's going to be a matter of can they deal with him. For now, the Nightfall has it set up. It's not going to get a catch onto anything. Flash, however, will find Osbos, and that zones him back. Held at bay here for now. Dash at the ready. Still needs a good amount of damage though from that snake bite. Paranoia sent over to the side, but Jenum is about to be under so much pressure. Barely manages to make it in around the corner out to safety. Flash is sent, gets a connection, Boo. Force a reposition, and time now starting to dwindle. 12 seconds remaining. Plant will be able to come in. Artizine just trying to flash his way forward, but it's just too many targets around the corner as Verno gets taken down as well. 2 players remaining. Ospas looking for the shot. He manages to connect it, but he cannot get the kill, and that's going to be the call to save. Sounded here for the side of MIBR.
All it takes is a few little things here for Team Heretics to get this site exec to go. And it's just a good flash and a good snake bite to keep Ospas at bay, to keep that operator in check. And Zenom just trying to do what he can. Nightfall doesn't hit anything, but that's okay, because that gives you a ton of info as Heretics on how much open space you have to work with. And they're quick to react with the smokes and the util. Venom doesn't guess correctly with the paranoia. Thought maybe they'd become an elbow. Couldn't slow them up anymore. Tried to throw some flashes in, but it's too late. Heretics had firmly entrenched themselves onto the site and were just waiting around the box. Turning those flashes with ease.
10 seconds left.
Phenomenal work. Back off. 3 different players getting involved there. And this is something that I love from Heretics, as we are going to see a timeout from MIBR. But both these teams have impressed me tremendously, but in particular Heretics, with the way that they take these brawls, these big group battles where you know it's going to be a 3v3, a 4v3, something like that. Their spacing is so good. You know, some teams end up lining up, giving up those multi-kills, like make it a little easier for your opponents. They rarely do that. They're so disciplined in the way that they spread out just enough, but still cover their angles. That right there was just a great example of something that I think is maybe unspoken of Team Heretics.
Gonna keep the ball rolling here. Done a decent blow to the economy of the side of MIBR. It's not gonna be a full-fledged purchase coming in for them, obviously. Still always that operator being carried over, being held on to. Verno and Artizine really trying to get going here. Zia maybe can get a purchase in for someone. Perhaps another judge. Yep, there it is.
Absolutely, he's one away from the null command as well, so they can get that going. Maybe they can shut down or set up for a nice retake before Team Heretics can really get their momentum going again. Because now MIBR starting to lose control of that momentum game. Just enough of a one-way there. Miniboo doesn't really feel like challenging initially, but they're going to stack up.
Clear the rows. Prowler gone. Just a quick little back away here. Zia not looking to get himself caught out again. Repositions. Have that snake bite to try to delay. Should he assess that the players are getting ready to storm their way in through main? Looks like they are just about to do exactly that. TP forward. Little flash himself, but spot out on the recon. Not much more to be done here. Shock Dart will go ahead and soften him up a little bit. Finds a smattering of damage. Spike plant can still come through relatively for free here. Cuts into the corner. Miniboo wanting to scale forward, take some more space. Looks like the call to back away. Play this one out a little bit more patiently, a little bit safely. Has it been made? Seal Garden going to be sent. The take away the weapons here as the retake. It's ready to begin. That paranoia is not going to be good for it. Woot managing to find 2. Ospas Zenom, 1 apiece. Bring it now into a 3v3. Verno still waiting on that flank through Link. Wall at the ready. The recon not going to be getting a scan here onto either of these players. Still one out from main. On around the corner. Who able to find one? Ospas trades it back, having swapped onto the vandal, but then quickly just get shut down. Verno looking to try to get the turn. They cannot do it fast enough. Re-ends through the smoke at main. Strikes him down, and the timeout call does not lead to a round victory. MIBR now find themselves tied up against Heretics.
But just so much space has to be given up here. And to be fair, MIBR is playing to give up the B side. They're holding the A side as their strong side, and the Heretics able to just get through there and do what they need to do.
Let's go!
They get Benji Fishy, his ult, off of the spike plant. That pushes MIBR even further back. Are gonna have that no command, but it is a weak buy.
Zenom just with the classic. Frantically backpedaling. Tucks away behind the box here at Yard. Clone and Prowler, everything just being sent. Snakebite going to be sent out to no avail to try to keep Chenem alive, but the spray eventually will connect. 3 Sheriffs to try to make some magic happen, but it seems like Heretics thinking that they've done a sufficient job of drawing attention away towards this A site, and they would be overall correct. It's just Aspas slowly working his way back across towards that B site.
Yeah, just trying to feel the map out a little bit. See if there are any traps. Any re-clears of space. Could be coming their way. Heretics looking now towards that B site where Aspas has shifted in. He's going to have to go absolutely nuclear here.
Still got many boobs lurking back in that A-link position. Try to cut them off, but Aspas, hell of a shot to start things up, but cannot find that follow-up. Benji Fishy trades him out.
30 seconds
Him
left.
in with the player advantage as the spike now gets ready to go down, and Miniboo is on the hunt. Swooping in from behind, slowly making his way across. Looking for the angle. We'll have to try to get it done with the Sheriff, given that he does have a stinger behind this. He might not even really get the opportunity. The rest of his teammates are going to be able to clean this up. Double face forward. Verno finding the shot. Rienne's going to be taken down. Minor amount of damage suffered there from Artizine. As a fragment goes forward. Now held at bay. The Snakebite buys some critical time. A drone considered, but the time is just not going to be there for them. Benji looking to try to displace this player here at Heaven. Verno just wants to do a bit more damage, it would seem. Miniboo with the Stinger, able to find one. Frantic spray as Verno gets himself a 3rd kill. The time is not there. They cannot get this defused, but it's a damn good effort and a good deal of damage dealt here by MIBR. Counts as a Red Bull clutch as Heretics will gain the lead here for the first time.
It has just been a ridiculous attack side here for Heretics. I mean, MIBR fighting tooth and nail, getting some good Sheriff shots, creating some good moments, setting up for some good double faces, but it's just too little too late. And now you're going to be sitting on a bunch of ults for MIBR. Everything but the Viper's Pit. And Cortezia going to be 2 away from that. So this one has to go MIBR's way. And the economy is obviously part of that equation as well.
Yeah, I mean, I said damage dealt, but
doesn't
Heretics,
matter.
They've had so much money this entire half. Only dropping the singular round. Aspas holding close. Look at the spot out. Prowler gets the check. Just be a quick little back away.
Can't use that.
It's a nice knife. Gives you a lot of info, but MIBR continuing to hold their default. Chenem and Aspas potentially going to be under pressure, but Snakebite to clear behind. And that's just a little bit of show of force here from the Heretics. Trying to convince MIBR that they're thinking the A direction. Even though now they're sending a little bit of util over towards A links, and now you really should have alarm bells ringing in your head as MIBR. The ult as well from Miniboo. Storms his way through.
Dimensional drift coming through. Quick check from Aspas, and he cannot escape. So fastly do they peek out there. Zeke is taken down. Chenem will swing around the back of the smoke. Is able to find one. Stopping Miniboo before he can escape, but now he is alone here on this site. Desperately needing some reinforcements. Finds himself another kill, but Woot will be able to flush him out. Still the damage dealt. Woot and boom. Boom. So very low. Hit's going to be invested. Benji Fishy moving here just around the corner to try to catch them off guard. His eyes get focused forward. Verno on the check. Still here within the pit. The rest of the team are falling to the wayside. Benji can do nothing to save his comrades. The round goes the way of MIBR. Empty investments. They once again tie things up.
It's just a crazy back and forth. Love the way that both of these teams play because they're so coordinated. They're so well situated to bounce off of each other. But this round, it's on Chenem. He comes up huge with a 2K. Even though Artizine maybe a little bit late, you could argue, with the null command there, can prevent the pit from coming through. Doesn't matter. They're still able to storm in and get the job done. And that was a breath of fresh air for MIBR.
It was, and it was only an investment of 2 of the ultimates here.
Good point.
They had available, so they still have their own pit to try to utilize. And it's going to be sent there off the rip.
There.
As expected. Forward here on B main. Miniboo scouted by the 0 point, still pushes his way forward.
That haunt Might make you think that something's amiss. They check, but they check the wrong corner with the... Oh my.
Throwing the check in, and anybody could have just gotten out. He could have just taken the gate crash, joining with the rest of the squad, but he goes for the base. This gets taken off.
The read there, fantastic as well. Because if you lose that pit with Cortesia in it, maybe the round could go haywire real fast. Instead, it's a big rotation from Team Heretics. They are going to keep Aspas over on that B site, though. Still has his ult for the retake. So a little bit of danger here for Verno and Zenom. Last time, Zenom, so impactful. Boo does have a Cosmic Divide. They can get to a spot to use it.
He's got another smoke already cycled up. The Paranoia still in hand. A TP for a quick exit. It's going to be hard to try to lock down this Omen. It's Verno watching on the cross angle. Paranoia now going to be sent through. It's a massive connection. The spray, however, does get a good amount of damage in, but it does not find those eliminations quite just yet. Benji, Rienz, both down to 30 HP. Another smoke cycled forward. The bite, the seize, neither getting purchased. And now they're just pushing out of a smoke to their demise.
Spike down A.
Flash in, whoop there around the box. Is able to get the spike planted. And now finds himself in a 1v3. Now just forward, spots the first convergent pass. An immense amount of respect perhaps is going to be shown here as MIBR know that they need to win this round, and Aspas just goes for the widest swing possible. And with that defuse, they will regain the lead 11-10.
Yeah, what phenomenal work here again from Zenom. A brilliant Paranoia. Mini Boo thought maybe he could get away with it. Artisan on the case. Puts on that detective hat. Gets the job done. Now, what a brilliant wide swing from Aspas there. Woot just expecting him to stop quick. Goes for the shots, and that leaves his mouth agape. Now, when you run into Aspas, that's going to happen to you. You're not the first, my friend.
Now,
I'll take everything from them.
the economy finally starting to be broken down here for the side of Heretics. This is looking like a bit of a must-win round for them to stop MIBR from getting up to that map point. It looks like there's not going to be much ambiguity about this one once it gets started. All players stacked up here towards this A side of the map. Verno quickly to be rotating back around over through yard to try to join in. Throne, go ahead and get the scout. Spot. That's held him at bay. Slows him up here for the moment.
Chewing through this Cosmic Divide.
Artisan considering his options here. There's the ping reveal, and Cortesia so quick to respond on the back of that. Draws down the shorty. Keeps himself a second. Verno fast on this flank. Watched here by Rienz. Relays that over to his teammates, and Verno tries to fight back out towards the A main side. Rienz able to hold his own. But it's a pump at the brakes here. 45 seconds remaining.
Now you know where that Odin is. That Prowler gives it away for Artisan.
3v3. A tap at the plant. Artisan looking out wide. The basin, the dink, the spray down. Mini Boo dead. Woot frantically trying to respond in kind here from across the way, but Artisan shuts him down, and Rienz is stranded in main. Yoden able to find one more. The haunt going to be cleared. 13 bullets remaining in this weapon. He needs every last one of them, but none of them will connect. 12-10 MIBR. They have fought their way back into the driver's seat. They are one round away from closing up their map pick here.
It's Verno again. Great util. Cortesia gets teed up by his IGL and knocks it out of the park there. And again, is just chewing through so much of that ult timing. Boo wants to throw it early, wants to create some pressure.
Now the economy. Half armors across the board here. Just Woot with the full armor. That Vandal behind him. Boo, however, okay. Sounds like util here over the previous round. Verno taken out nice and early. Here's the Nightfall, crashes across the B site. Smoke going to be cycled forward, and there's no real scaling off the back of that one. It's just going to be an info gain here for the side of Heretics. They're not making look a move. They're not looking to make a move. Words.
I want to point out, Zenom is a judge. Plenty of money. And they opt to even go for that.
I think he's got
gun.
it behind. He's got a Phantom as well.
Oh, you're right, he does.
Yeah, just double stacking the weaponry here. They're all clustered up now here on this B site. MIBR is so confident.
They're gambling.
Try to end up here, but yeah. Rotations now start to come through here. Heretics at least going to be looking to re-clear mid. Could potentially still end up committing towards that B side of the map.
This is making things really difficult. You're going to have to rely on Artizine again with his util to get a retake going if you're going to give up the A side. But they're going through. They're heading towards B.
This could be catastrophic, or it could be absolutely brilliant. Artizine, however, starting to get a sense of this one, it would seem. Pushing forward, riding the wall, it's about to fall. And now he has spotted them all. Fragment's going to go down to try to delay, but the Guardian is getting that high pen usage, high pen value. He doesn't get struck down. 5v3 now. The bound forward, the time, however, starting to tick. Aspas able to find one more. Cortezia alone on the site, finds the first, swoops in, finds himself a second, and now it's the 1v1. MIBR needing to win this, needing to find it. And he just narrowly has. Team Heretics hold on by a thread. They need one more to push this into OT.
What in the world was that? What a wild round. Gets the spot right before the toxic screen goes up. Able to track him down with the Guardian is MIBR. Cortezia almost with the 3K. Tries to hold the trigger down, expecting the repeat, but MIBR has the patience. And yeah, so close. Yet so far away.
Operator back in hand for Aspas. See everything in the kitchen sink going to be sent from both sides. As damage suffered here from MIBR. Quick little peek and a dip back from Venom. MIBR one away from having the dimensional drift available.
He should be getting it. I would think that they were maybe going to work towards the other orb. Eventually they are. Just worried about a little bit of pressure out of A main first. Wanted to keep that under control. That was first priority, but now it's taken a bit too long. So Aspas getting a little curious with that operator. Wants to lock down that orb. Knows.
Check, gets the spot out. Should have seen the Euro. Now the clone is coming through. They flash him off the angle. Pop there from the teammate, but MIBR able to get what he was after. Throws on that mask, swings around the corner. Now Artizine holding close and sprays down 3! MIBR on the exits, able to find Cortezia. Woot taking down Verno at the same time. Suddenly it's a 2v2 with all players scattered across the map. No one playing together at this point. But for MIBR, they know that the spike is on the floor.
Toxins going up.
Woot's going to collect that. Artizine taking a forward position here in mid. Trying to flash his way in, but MIBR doesn't get the catch, but he gets the reaction. And he manages to shut him down. Aspas now needing to do it all if he wants to bring this map to its end. A safe plant to be found. Left. No way to deny this. And also no weapons nearby.
Toxins.
He's going to make it happen. He's going to have to make it happen with the off.
Just a saturate to work with for util. Has to get value out of it.
Woot there just around the corner. Lingering in behind the box. The wall gets raised. Spike planted a little bit deeper, but Aspas is able to find the first shot. The weapon just a bridge too far, and MIBR, he will have the headshot, the 3K, to take us into overtime.
Unbelievable. Both teams matching each other's attack sides, 8 and 4. Sending it to OT. I mean, Artizine, I thought this one might be it, but on the other side of the map, MIBR. Oh, what an adjustment, trying to track down Aspas. And just immediately turns his crosshairs right onto Cortezia. Gets the 3K to get Heretics into the overtime. Unbelievable. What a crazy back and forth. And I love this. Both these teams having their moments, having their momentum. Now we're going to get a little bit more. Over to the attack side. Dash out, knife to set up Aspas.
Very quickly working his way all the way up in here towards top mid.
But a lot of times you would think that this is an A-Link hit with that knife. I think Woot somewhat aware, and especially off that Prowler.
The Prowler checks it all now. The drone going to be noted. Woot peeking, trying to see the scaling here behind. Artizine worried about this top mid position where MIBR is ready to try to swing out. He's a little bit of a minor challenge there against Aspas, but doesn't go for the full peek.
They're starting to
he's
they're starting to
refilling
collapse.
Space.
Yeah.
Flash connecting onto one. Arzine holding the close angle, and they are giving this no credence whatsoever. The kill able to be collected, but now they're swinging from behind. Ryan with a massive backstab, comes up with two. Arzine still pinned in, but now Cortezia, he arrives as well. Who's the last one standing? And not for very long. The opening round of overtime. Oh, it's a messy one. It's layers upon layers of flanks. That's MIBR coming away with it once again, getting themselves up to map point.
I mean, this was just such a timing thing. Initially, I thought Heretics were going to just be able to collapse all around.
Bullet.
But MIBR has that extra layer. Last bullet. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I get it. I think it's a decent read from Heretics, but there's that one extra layer from MIBR. They've been so good about that. Something Fraud has been really driving home for them to make sure there's that extra little piece, that extra little check of the flanks.
This time the 0 point. It's not too late. Exactly when he needed it to be. Spot up on the 3, some damage on the spray there on the MIBR. Cortezia, however, have the use of the try to delay, but the fragment will be there. MIBR already creeping forward, up over to the half wall, but Cortezia able to shut him down. The peek coming through, Verno having this cross angle, just dancing on the thorns. He's just drawing attention as hard as he mows them all down. 14-12. Had to go to distance into overtime, but MIBR firmly find their footing. They do not allow for any further resets.
Man, the playoffs here at BCT Champions have been great. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back after this break.
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab.
No way.
That's me. Handsome and hilarious. It's a rare combo.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, on the best 5G network.
I mean, where else would I get it, right?
An update is required. Financial system updating. System updated.
We will dance to get.
The future of money is here. Feels good.
Esports World Cup, where we are starting off with Valorant.
If you want to win, you have to win against the best. So looking for revenge.
Alpha Human behind one. There's the shorty. And Alpha goes crazy.
They've all battled through the pressure and expectation. Heretics have come back all the way!
Finally we won. Finally.
Harmonie et cœur, passion et sentiment. Voulez-vous coucher? Amour et passion, cœur et sentiment. Romance, affection, partage et harmonie. Vivre et désir. Harmonie et cœur, passion et sentiment. Voulez-vous coucher? coucher.
Here with Coach Fraud of MIBR. Honestly, defense scared us a little bit, but you guys are now 3-0 on Corrode, and I think we can all agree that you guys have found your identity on this map. You have the solo waylay with KO in the mix. That's not a staple on this map, but why does this comp and why do these roles work for you guys very well?
I think, we did take some inspiration from other teams, but at the end of the day, everyone's really on their comfort, their best agents, player agents that they really enjoy playing a lot. So it's really about comfort, where you can bring the highest level game on those agents is where you're going to put the best performance. So I think it's a good recipe for us.
We haven't seen Sunset from you yet. Is it going to be about comfort as well?
Most likely, but at the end of the day for us, we've been ready on all maps, regardless of if we ban or the other team bans. So at the end of the day, we're ready for the next map.
Right. Thank you and good luck.
Some great insight there from the legend Coach Fraud about what this team wants to do on Corona. I think that is quite fascinating. We did see that play out for them here. That comfort gave them that map win.
The KO's a little unique, but I think it fits really well for Artsin's playstyle. I think he plays so well there. He had a pretty bad stage 2 in Americas, but now this is 2 Corrodes in a row where he's popping off so impactful towards the end of that OT.
He makes the absolute difference. We'll definitely speak about the compositions a little bit, but I do not think it has to do with that because we keep seeing it time and time again. This is his best map this event. He needs to keep having this performance. We see that in the rounds where he doesn't turn up or his knife is a little bit too late, that it is a round loss. So very important.
Yeah, a lot of that is very much dependent on his timing. A lot of that work needs to be done there, and they did do it. And this is actually a Verizon high-speed moment here. And again, you're really just talking about, Mimi, a MIBR team that really found their identity with this.
Yeah, and I think you also get to view some of the KO value here. Watch how that knife cuts, rotates through elbow. MIBR love fast-taking this mid control, and I think because that knife was always landing, Heretics didn't really feel comfortable to fight into mid early. And so this is an attack half where MIBR was always either going for these fast mid takes or contacting into that space in the mid round, which meant that when they were making decisions towards the end of their round, they had very fast rotations compared to their opponents and had great ideas of exactly how the Heretics setup was laid out on their defense.
Yeah, I think that some things need to be fixed on the side of Heretics, how they interpret that defense and also how they adjust to fix mistakes, because there was clear gaps and especially Wood was not having a good time in the first half. On the second one, he recomposed himself a little bit, and obviously we got to that overtime, but for both of the teams, the defense, still work to be done.
Yeah, you were certainly seeing Heretics struggled to be able to make sense of what they wanted to do and went round after round. And it was one in particular that sticks in my head rent-free when we were like, they got to play a little bit more forward. They got to take more space in mid. And then they did just that. They did find that success, but then MIBR adjusted really quickly. It's like you're just really seeing some quality work from MIBR here. Of course, Heretics forcing that OT means that this is going to be a long series, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready, okay? We got Coach Nilzinho standing by ahead of map 2.
Jen here with Coach Nilzinho of Team Heretics. Now, Corrode was super close, but it slipped away. And when facing teams like MIBR that's pretty much momentum heavy, it gets tougher to play them as you let them get fired up. But now it looks like they're fired up, so it'd be crucial for you guys to match up the energy with them. So can you give us a little temperature check on how the boys are feeling? What were the talks after Corrode? Do you feel like they're ready to mentally reset?
Yeah, for sure. Very much like you said, we spoke to the guys that were a bit nervous. And obviously, like you said, they're a high momentum team, but even in that game there, we slowed their momentum down. We came back from 8-4 down, so we know we can do it. It's just controlling our own emotions, really, and making sure we're not nervous, and we'll be fine. So hopefully that's out the way, and then we've got one of our 2 best maps coming up next. So yeah, all good.
All right, thank you for your insights, and best of luck.
You know, we often talk about it, and a lot of people might scoff at it, but the reality is, like the mental plays such a factor in all of this, right? Yes, you can be the best aimer in the world. Yes, you can have the greatest strats and best compositions. But at the end of the day, if your mind isn't mentally in that Kakuka, it can absolutely devastate you. And what we saw from a Heretic squad was a team that actually, I think they probably were a little jittery, but I did not get a team that was like...
I think MIBR played exceptionally well. Like their utility from the supportive players.
And Heretics kept the mental up to force that OT.
But as Neil also said, Sunset has always been one of Team Heretics' best maps.
And why is that?
Because first of all, when they started, when Sunset became a thing, they took it as their home ground. They started implementing a lot of things. I think that Miniboo established a lot how to play the Sentinel here, and it's one of Miniboo's best maps.
It is interesting because MIBR are playing much more akin to what Heretics used to play with that Neon into the mix, whereas Heretics, they're making a bit of a change here. Previously, they were playing the double duelist with the Raze in the mix here, but right now, they're hovering a bit of a pivot onto the solo duelist and making that trade-off to pick up the Viper as a second controller instead, which is quite interesting. Not a huge amount of double controller play on this map, but a chance for a mirror Viper matchup here.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very similar to what we just saw here in Sunset. If Rian's Lux and that Sova, that is going to be basically the main difference. Coming into this match, as we were mentioning, MIBR has not played Sunset yet in this tournament, so there was not a lot of tape for Team Heretics to prep for. But seeing the changes, seeing them also moving and steering away from that double duelist, looking for more control, of course, we have to look at Woods. We need to see why that difference needed to be made, and especially I want to see that change present from the attack.
Yeah, and also you really do want to see him be able to kind of get things going early on in this one, right? It was kind of an issue they had. Of course, credit to MIBR, Mimi, for shutting players like Woot down, but big opportunity here for them, and this is it. They got to force that map 3.
For sure. Not a lot of tools on the other side to help with Osboss. No breach in the mix, just that solo initiator. Curious how he can pilot that Neon that's a bit less self-sufficient than his opponent's Yoru.
Let's find out how this one shakes up. Are we going to go to distance? Let's send it back to Seth and Clint for map 2.
Thank you very much. We can only hope that this goes the distance. Heretics, their pick of Sunset has been such a strong map for them. Should it be well slated considering how close that Corrode was to go all the way over to Haven? Time will tell for now. MIBR starting things off here on this defending side. Let's see if they're going to be able to draw first blood once again.
This is going to be really curious for me for Team Heretics making this change up on Sunset. Maybe seeing some things in their VOD review that they didn't like with the Raze. I think makes a little bit of sense to me. I think there were some gaps left open on their defender side on this map, so that's where I'm looking to kind of see some real big impact. Obviously on this attacker side as well, it's Sunset. The map leans that way. You're going to have a little bit of extra control. MIBR also able to play with that double controller setup. They're leaving a wide open. This was a heavy stack towards mid B. And this should be a wide open site.
Yeah, primed for the taking. MIBR just going to play this slowly here. Get all their ducks in a row, get everybody in a position to go for a retake. Spike now planted in the corner. 4-player approach from that backside angle. Just hard to see the try to maybe stir up some chaos here from Street. Recon getting players pinged out there. Aspas, quick little jiggle peek, bounds forward, gets himself over towards the spike. Odyssey able to find the first. MIBR's going to be taken down. Damage going to be found. Woot here at backside. Will find the one, swings out, however, will just meet his demise, but Benji Fishy able to find one, catching Verno off guard. But there's just far too many players still standing. The defuse is there, and it's going to be another pistol to MIBR.
What a great retake here, all set up by Aspas. Doing a little bit of a jiggle peek early with the dash, then able to absorb the paranoia right on site. Counter paranoia from Zenom to set up Cortesia and Artisan. They're able to get those crossfires dislodged and displaced. It's got them on their feet. Big pistol round win. By the way, Aspas, got an interesting little tidbit here for you. Your all-time VCT champions kill leader up to 1,194 in champions, just champions.
Doesn't have the kill lead overall for internationals. Obviously that's Fuzz, but Aspas.
He's had to get that in there, didn't you?
I mean, I'm just saying, there is a delta, there is a gap, but he is certainly closing it. He's closing in on Woot's position, but all of Team Heretics similarly getting ready to swing around this corner. Singer's able to find one. Temp does get a fadeaway second kill on a MIBR as well. What was looking like a very dicey situation. Ends up going quite well here for the side of MIBR. A little bit of an overextension. Aspas does get taken down. Benji Fishy able to find him with the Sheriff. Finds himself an upgrade as well with that Spectre on the ground. Passes it over to Boo. Even then he's still at full HP. Here. Spike recovered. All eyes at the moment from MIBR. Trained in towards mid. Once again, just abandoning this A site. So Heretics, maybe an opportunity to at least get that spike planted, gain a little bit of added cash.
But they're so quick to rotate here that they're getting the info. They're going to seed over the orb.
There.
And Benji Fishy, assuming he's the one who gets to plant the spike, if he gets there, he dies. He's going to steal Garden coming into the bonus, but oh boy.
Well, has both of them lined up, does Verno. And that spike plant not quite going to come through. Just a little bit too slow and cautious on the approach. Understandable, though. And still a 2-0 start here for the side of MIBR.
Yeah, just a simple little crossfire setup. Trying to match his Woot. But Aspas so quick to adjust. Verno quick on the rotations through mid. Starting to see that MIBR's early game strategy is to put a lot of pressure mid, a lot of pressure B. Try to play a bit more for retakes. Saw it work well in the pistol. It's the bonus for them. Stingers, Spectre, a Guardian.
Oh, and Denim just catching him completely off guard. TP's right back out the top mid. He just gets away like a thief in the night.
What?
Critical first kill we found is now.
What a read.
Just the Viper wall to really try to play around here.
Just the confidence flowing for MIBR.
Not ready yet.
Moments like that where you're anticipating your opponent's setup. It's a fallback for Cortesia with that Guardian. Going to be facing 3 different players. Potentially, they're swinging back towards A. So on to Verno.
Might just be able to find a timing here, but the drone gets a spot on the 1. Doesn't necessarily see that Woot was that close. Ships away from the street angle.
Yeah, you got to be wary of a spawn push. Good awareness for Cortesia. Great rotations here for MIBR.
One down.
Great timing on the peak. A little bit of minor damage going to be found there on a MIBR. Still a player advantage here in the hands of MIBR as they look to convert this bonus. Aspas blown forward on the site. Trying to get the spot out. Sees the 1, gets the readjust. MIBR now struck down. MIBR players encircling the site. Looking for the retake, but it's going to have to be a 2v3 if Heretics want to be able to complete this anti-bonus. Already a large amount of damage suffered.
Last player.
Double face from Bulba. Benji Fishy just does not stand a chance. Quick little reposition and tuck, but the paranoia is absolutely on point Frantic spray from the Stinger, not going to be able to find much there. Rienz does manage to adjust for a headshot, takes down Shenum, but 2 players standing. Weapon's going to be upgraded. That is a bonus converted here. MIBR off to a incredibly hot start here on Sunset.
I cannot stress enough how good the mid-round is played here by MIBR. Cortesia being diligent, checking spawn, that space being refilled by Artisan. Verno giving up a little bit of extra off that drone, knowing that if he tries to challenge A-Link, he would actually be in a pretty bad spot. It's just really good push and pull from them. They have such good understanding of if they give up that top mid space, what their protocols are behind it. That was insanely well played. Team Heretics just scrambling to try to get a plant down. And they're in an odd man situation throughout. And a nice little paranoia sealed the deal. Now you're a bunch of sheriffs, Stinger for Boo. Do have that steel garden for Benji. But are you going to be willing to commit that ult in this round? Maybe. Might be feeling that pressure already. Might just want to get those cycles going. This attacker side already off to a disastrous start. It's a little bit different though. Tucking Mini Boo up towards mid here. Oh, Hotspot's just pulled away.
Boo not got it for the check though. Wary about this potential pinch in from behind.
Time to jump.
Sets up an exit strategy here for himself. Here comes the check, and the timing is just gorgeous from Artisan. There's too many angles. Mini Boo there on an island. Swallowed up by the sea. Verno alone here on this A side of the map. Trying to hold the line. He's going to inch a little bit further forward. Gets the drone out.
30
Heretics
seconds left.
Finally needing to pump the brakes here. Try to tuck back, but Woot does still get spotted out.
Right here.
Poison Cloud gives away the script just a little bit.
Bit of show of force here, but the time is very much getting away from Heretics here at the moment. Dodge the paranoia. 8 seconds remaining. Let's get the snake bite through. Zones him away, so plant can come through.
Spike.
4v5 now to try and defend this plant. Artisan slotting forward. 2 players on the approach to try to flush out Verno. He finds the first. Gets some damage across onto the second. The Boo and Rienz managed to come up with the goods. Kills found, some weapons going to be collected. Alpha's trying to slide forward. Frantically barrel stuff to get that kill, and he cannot. Ends up getting taken down, and just like that, MIBR now at a risk of dropping this round. And there's the shot from Rienz to confirm it all. A half-buy round, and Heretics, they do get themselves on the board.
Yeah, the timing here just goes a little bit awry on the retake, and Heretics, they are so well positioned. They know they got to get in and clear Verno out. And Aspas not able to get the slide and the kill. Might have been a different situation.
Let's go. Nice energy. Good shit,
Benji Fishy bringing the energy. I'm going to still have that Steel Garden available. Now a Hunter's Fury as well for Rienz. Counter Hunter's Fury for Verno. Maybe that could be the start of some good things here for Team Heretics. And clear the door. They're putting a lot of pressure.
Paranoia through market. Back, but Verno just refills that space, and he mows down all 3.
Last player standing.
Cortesia at the same time, able to find Rienz there inside of B main. And that is just Woot wondering what in the hell he's supposed to do from here. Save the obvious call.
Toxins going up.
Not sure how much of a hunt will be put out here from the side of MIBR. A couple players, their own money. A little bit wobbly, but now they know where he's at. Aspas starting to rotate forward, gets onto an angle. He's trying to lock off this side of the map.
Toxins going up.
4-1 start, rather, I should say, here for the side of MIBR.
He's just got to be going for the save at this point. No hope, 1v5. See if MIBR wants to hunt a little. A little bit of cash there.
Left.
You could maybe consider it.
Seems like they're not going to be too overzealous about it. Are pushing their way through tiles, so maybe some collision here over towards this A main side of the map. Artisan looking to try to check that corner. Pulling back around the opposite side, but with 15 seconds remaining, he's going to have to fight at least someone. Swings back
10 seconds
into the
left.
spawn. It's going to be to his demise, you would suspect. Looks for the timing, finds the headshot, but Aspas is there to put him down. 4-1 now, locked in. Have to be curious if Heretics are going to be calling a timeout. It's the same exact start just about that we saw us, yeah. Crazy shots from Verno. Quick little pixel peek from Cortesia.
What a nice little angle. Able to find off of his own cyber cage. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Achilleos. It's time for the timeout. It's just a great read here on the timing for the swing for Verno. It's a little thing. It's just, okay, they just dumped a bunch of util at Artizine. I'm just going to swing in off of this toxic screen. We'll see what happens. It's a huge 3K. So it just continues to be those hot mechanics, the great individual moments for MIBR that can be difference makers in some of these rounds. I don't mind what Heretics is thinking there. You know, things have been a little bit slow at the starting of the rounds between these two teams, kind of what you would expect given their play styles. They want to turn up the tempo. They want to try to make a quick market push. Just Verno right on point. That guy right there. Doing the heavy lifting. And he's still going to be hanging on to his ult. Aspas is going to have the overdrive in the back pocket behind the operator. 8-2 start. Both Sovas having some success. Rienz, this is a map he was fearsome against T1 on. A lot of that was on the defender's side. Right now, they've got to stop the bleeding. It's going to be another eco for them. Rienz going to have the hero rifle. Half armor behind it. Big stack towards A. Doesn't mean much. Heretics are very ping-pongy. They like to toy around with the map a little bit, but it's often in death balls on their attacker side. It's 4-1 splits where they're just feeling out the map a little bit. See if they commit here. Drone to check. Aspas trying to find a way to dodge it, but not going to happen. Has to fully retreat. Actually going to re-aggress towards the site again. This is dangerous. Look at that stack.
Oh, he wants to peek into this one, but quick little jiggle peek. Needs a decent amount of damage there, down to 70 as Aspas is Hunter's Fury going to be opened up from Verno across the way. Finds a tag on the one. Not quite able to confirm that kill though. Reboot does survive.
Taking their time, but because of the way Heretics plays, we're going to send one extra player over for MIBR.
Smoke towards street. Gate crash forward. Flash going to be dodged. Aspas trying to get out in front of that smoke. Doesn't manage to make it happen though. Does get zoned away once again. And for now, Heretics, they do have access to the site. Util sent out here in reply. The plan to come through and Benji Fishy. Does he send the ultimate? Well, might have considered it, but now might just be a bridge too far. 2 quick kills to the encounters. Rienz and MIBR both get struck down. Fight out from Woot, the swing to the smoke, and all players just fall to the wayside as it's just Boone out. No 1v5, Paranoid up an alley. He gets taken out back. 5-1, MIBR get themselves a flawless round win to continue to stretch his lead.
I mean, they almost get Aspas here. It's some pretty good layering of utility by Team Heretics to keep him uncomfortable, take him down to 10 HP even. MIBR, once they start getting that feeling, it's really quick rotations from Cortesia and Artisan. They're right there to start backing up their teammates, get those low-high setups, something that they really like to do. They find great value out of it. This has to go for Team Heretics. Look at the ults. Early pop of the pit. Artizine just going to take full control over B main. Counter here, clearing the door. The last time that meant that it was a fast hit for Team Heretics through market. Tripwire there though, so nonplussed about it. MIBR.
They really want to try to filter these players in towards the dynamic duo on the opposite side. Verno and Aspas just playing together. Grab of the orb. Verno just trying to run back that next Hunter's Fury here in the half. Slowly and steadily, Heretics are pushed closer and closer towards Aspas. Smoke dissipated. Benji Fishy just around that corner. Gate Crash going to be coming through. Just looks for a wall bang shot. Will back away. For the moment, but Aspas once again looking to try to get himself onto the angle. The drone, however, showing a target-rich environment, so he doesn't want to swing out too aggressively. Recall on the Arc Rose, another one-way going to be set up. This is going to be a full assault down through this alley once again, but he's got a double stack set up. Now a triple as Aspas trained in on the angle. It's Heretics backing away. There's 20 seconds remaining in the round.
Oh boy.
Overdrive going to be popped, MIBR going to be taken down. They're trying to cut their way in through Market. Tripwire still there to try to delay. So there's the catch on to one. They're storming their way forward. Artisan holding here at main. Gets the headshot. Benji Fishy going to be taken down. The spike now needing to be committed to. The plant will come through. 5v3 for the retake. The pit going to be invested. Heretics throwing everything that they can at this round. A loss from here would be absolutely catastrophic for them. Can they clutch it up? Double face forward towards Apoba. Verno on the approach. Smoke going to be cycled in. Lien's sights turned back in towards main. Artisan waiting patiently. But already a good amount of time gone here for this potential defuse. As Artisan able to find one. Boop going to be caught to slide forward. Rien's here within the pit. Able to find one. Boop, the last one standing. Gets a transfer. Managing to find the second. And the bite will claim Verno. And just like that, the round is theirs. Everything thrown at this. It ends in a Red Bull clutch as no one is left standing. Heretics get themselves a second round win. But at what cost?
By the narrowest of margins. Woot plays this pit brilliantly. It looked like for a second the flood from MIBR was going to wash this round away. But no. Woot able to get that bite off just in time. Still enough here to buy. But a lot of ults used by MIBR in that round as well, and you're still sitting pretty. Here as Team Heretics, you still got that Fury. You've still got that Steel Garden. You've got the Dimensional Drift for Mini-Boot. Tons of tools to work with to get another round on the board, and here we go.
Feels like they absolutely need to be able to find this round win. Hunter's Fury going to be coming through. Rien's looking to see if he can get a catch, and he does. Cortezia going to be taken down. Paranoia sent flying, and Rien's finds himself a second. 2 quick kills. Shenum sprayed to 37 HP. MIBR very much on the back foot here.
Spike planted.
Weapon recoverable for Aspas to try to swap out that operator. Now does hold it. Shock Dart going to be good as 2 players are stacked up, but counter spray from Mini-Boo across the way. Gets rid of Verno with that final ping reveal. And it's going to be MIBR throwing in the towel here on this round. Heretics pulling off a flawless when they desperately needed it.
Just the classic combo. Dimensional Drift into the Hunter's Fury. And Rien's finds 2. And that's basically round over. A little bit of a commitment there from Verno. Still enough cash in the bag that they could throw another body at the problem, see if they can find a solution, but it's unsolvable. And just doing a great job with these ult cycles right now. Our Team Heretics making a nice comeback. Just caught right on the edge. And Artisan trying to back up. Gets caught by the Hunter's Fury that might have very well been intended for Genum.
Good timing for Mini-Boo to be able to find that spray down. That second shock dart goes out. Suddenly, you've got 2 players dead on the side of Heretics. Bails them out. Much earlier timeout call here from MIBR compared to the first map. Going to try to maintain this as the economy starts getting chipped away at. Obviously, the operator rifle going to be carried over, but the remainder still looking a little bit weak in the economic department. We'll see what they piece together.
Yeah, I think they're going to be able to squeak together most of a buy. Maybe one player is going to have to cut a gun short. Probably, I think, just talking about going back to basics here a little bit for MIBR. They were playing so well controlled. Their protocol so in place. The way they were able to bounce off of each other, knew when to fall back, knew when to give up space, knew when to buy time. Baiting out a ton of that early util from Team Heretics, forcing them to have to dump a lot before they even get to the site proper. Maybe a little bit more mid-control potentially being thought about as well, but It does kind of look like that. You're kind of seeing a lot of that B control being left onto Artisan and Cortezia. And then Aspas this time with the op, going to shift into mid. That's going to be their little solution to maybe take a little bit of space there. Flash into the TP, nobody
they want
home.
This to be a pretty quick hit here. King reveal does find Artisan there for a brief little moment. Snake Bite going to be thrown in just to try to delay. But TP forward to the opposite side of the cyber cage. Mini Boom frantically trying to spray back. He's unable to find any kills there. It's a little bit of damage, but now Aspas going to be struck down. Great shot from Rienz. To find the kill. Op going to be scooped up here by Artisan, but now that Seal Garden infested, catching on to 3 players. With Verno still all the way across the map, looking to try to join in as quickly as he can.
What?
Classic is out. Artisan just managed to find one more. There to go ahead and scoop the kill, but that has certainly delayed things as the spike is not planted at all. Benji's got it. He's actually inching it closer towards Boba. Manages to win the fight there versus Jenna, but now Verno on the approach from the flank out of market. He finds Rienz. Pinned in. That's Benji Fishy all by himself. Swings into the shock dart, swings into the headshot. The timeout call from MIBR. It works a treat. They get up to 6.
Yeah, it's just good awareness from Artisan again. It's just really well played there. He reads where the TP is going to come out, does a little bit of damage, falls away. I was wondering how he got that classic kill. Just caught Woot coming through. And then they're able to really hold the line, get that spike trapped there in the back corner of B site. Benji Fishy had to win a big fight, but Aspas flirting with this mid line and getting it too!
The collab! The Boom Brothers absolutely bashed as Aspas has him lined up, dialed into his sights. Verno looking to try to get the wall bang shot there, doesn't manage to find the damage. But a 3v5 off the rip is absolutely brutal, especially with how slowly Heretics have been trying to play out these rounds. Your entry power, your smokes, all gone.
Unreal. He just finds those moments time and time again. And as much as I have loved the way that Team Heretics spaces themselves, that time, just a moment where they aren't quite where they need to be. And Aspas catches them. Still haven't cleared the trip. Finally gonna hear it.
Standing ahead.
Rien sending a little bit of util over towards B. Trying to at least keep him honest.
30 seconds left.
I don't think this is too confusing just yet for MIBR. Just leave one to watch market.
Reading it decently well. Got Artisan here to try to hold the line. Collects the first, sends out the fight to delay the second. Now you know where Rienz is at as that drone comes flying through. A kill found.
10 seconds left.
On to Verno. That is all. Lead confirmed at the half, MIBR. Now up to 7, looking for 9.
It's just brutal to have a round start like this. They're trying to offset a little bit, but somehow, some way, the Operator King finds his prize. Just enough of an angle there. The frustration shown on the coaching staff for Heretics. And that's going to also warrant timeout from them. This has been a wild start again, but they've been able to come back time and time again. Once they get their energy going, you know, Neo Zinho was talking about it with Jen during the post-map interview. They just need to not be nervous, and they need to get some of that energy back. But right now, I'm not seeing it. For Heretics and MIBR, just in cruise control. I mean, sure, you're occasionally seeing Cortezia get up and let them know, but honestly, they've just been kind of
rock steady.
Yeah.
3 timeouts invested here in this first half. 2 more rounds to be played out, and Heretics desperately want both of them. They're going to be able to make that happen. It's going to have to be through this eco, this half buy. 2 stingers in play here. Sheriffs for the rest. We know that these players are capable of hitting those shots. We've seen it in this series already. We've seen it in this tournament.
Need a drop.
Potentially double snipers. Yeah, Outlaw in play here for Odyssey. They're trying to hold down that mid angle through market.
They've got plenty of money for the next round. Can throw an extra wrinkle into this one. See if
avoiding it for now.
Well, avoiding one of them.
My ult is ready.
Hunter Fury back up here. Verno finding the timing to be able to safely collect that orb. There's a drone. Not going to go deep enough to actually get the spot check. Just riding the wall here. Tuck back and he finds Boo out into the open. No way to clear it. Seemingly no comms to call it. The wall falls and Boo goes down with it as Ospas finds another collat. And you can't be facing into this guy unassisted. He's looking for the 4th. Turns away from the flash, and Benji Fishy will be able to shut him down in this round, but there's nothing more to be done. MIBR, they want that 9-3. They may just find it.
What a blessing it is to have this guy on your team. He is so unbelievable. Right as the flash is popping, Rien's and MIBR are swinging. And St. Ospas is sending them to their grave.
And you have to suspect that the timeout call is for this round here, this final bye, but a round like that, another collat given up to Ospas. You have to suspect that Heretics players are certainly feeling very rattled. Ooh, looking for the double TP forward.
Ooh.
Into the poison orb and does manage to collect the kill. They're dodging all the bullets from Verno.
That's Hunter's Fury gone.
Yeah, that is a massive pick to be found. Ospas, however, he's done it again! 3 collats in this half. He is indomitable. He is a demon. He will finally be felt by Rien's, but there is no further hope in this round. The double reveal. They know exactly where he's at, and they have him surrounded. Rien's has been incredible for Heretics. Ooh. He does nearly find Shenum there.
Standing ahead.
Through the box.
Found them.
There's the reveal. There's the kill. The first step. The timing is found. Cortesia from Street will go ahead and shut him down. Deny any hope of a clutch.
He is a god. It is just... I've never seen anything like it.
Okay, boys, new strategy. We find Ospas, we run the hell away. I think that's going to have to be the play, but he's going to be on the attack, which it already feels like he has been throughout this whole half. But 9-3 the lead. MIBR out in front. We'll see if Heretics can run it back after the break.
Yeah. Let's go.
We are back, and Aspas has just been doing big damn. Man's been absolutely pounding out here. 3 collabs in the half. Absolutely an insane performance from this guy. 14-7-2 here at the moment.
He just has once again graced us with his presence at Champions and is putting on another show. It's just such a treat to get to watch this guy play. And what form MIBR has found as a team. Still, Heretics can answer back. We know they can. We've seen them do it multiple times. We've seen them do it today.
Yeah.
They were down 4-8. It's an extra round that you have to recover here, but I'm not counting them out just yet. Still think it can be done, but goodness, you're gonna have to slow down.
I'm out of here.
This MIBR freight train.
Yeah, and they are soaring forward, but they're going right into the stack. 4 players going to be set up here, and Woot Poo able to find one apiece here. A little bit more, and through that cage is able to find it. Cortezia, however, 2 quick response kills. MIBR and Rienz will get taken down. Spike is going to be in hand. Players join together. Both of them full HP. Slowly just cut noise. Rotate across. Now going to be eyeing up that B side of the map.
Yeah, both teams just kind of going, I bet you're going A. Team Heretics. Take that bet. But now, rotation all the way over. There is going to be Benji Fishy's wall there, right in front of the B site, so see if they can get both over in time and not have any funky stuff going on. But actually the tripwire there going to dissuade Team Heretics from continuing to wrap towards the attacker side spawn. They get through. Plant seemingly going to be set up for the deep part of the site. Camera as well to check. Just going to maybe set up for the crossfire. Still have the snake bite as well for Artisan.
Try to cut off one, but Cam likely about to spot them all out. Does get cleared. Snakebite holds him at bay here for the moment. Double face forward, taking the fight right to their doorstep. Cortezia makes a go of it. Cannot find the final shot. Boo. Last one standing. We'll get the defuse and get the pistol here. 2-2 in that regard. Heretics absolutely needed this win.
Oh, the reveal there. Absolutely beautiful. Somehow, only gets 1 assist out of all that mess. But still, great work from Rienz. A good read here, just a hard read. And a much needed pistol to get Heretics back into this. And Cortezia knows it.
Come on, good job.
Because they can take that round away. And he had a real chance there at the end. Could have very well been the nail in the coffin.
Oh,
okay.
Looking to throw a curveball. Let's have this Outlaw in the mix. Full armor behind it. MIBR, very similar situation, but it's going to be Benji Fishy potentially first at risk. Does have the full armor, however. Cam gets situated. Flashes really wants to clear this out and does manage to do so. Slides back into the site to safety.
Yeah, there's only going to be one player that dies to that Outlaw in one shot, and that's Boo. Way on the other side of the map, so.
He's the only one with a ghost, so it seems like Heretics have a very firm understanding of what this buy was going to be looking like coming their way.
Exactly.
It's a good read. Noise made here as the orb gets taken. Cortezia going to be 1 away from the neural theft. Double stack set up here towards market. Drone the check into his bed. Flash confirming some pressure. Swing in, the headshot is found. Aspas just far too clean with it. Some damage. The drone now to try to lead the way. The spot on a Woot here up close. No real way to try to collect that kill. Rienz will get knocked down to 10 HP, but is still standing. Pushing to mid, and Artisan
30 seconds left.
once again with the classic in hand, coming up with the goods. Granted, Boo, yes, just with a ghost, but he had the jump. Well, that sends them chasing over towards this A site where MIBR all alone.
It's an Outlaw.
Trying to get the catch. Does manage to find it, but the spike has already been brought to bear.
10 seconds left.
Plant coming in. A 3v3. The weapon advantage still very clearly there for the side of Heretics. There's Verno. Let's get taken down. Cortezia still a bit away, trying to join in here with the rest of the team in MIBR. He's managed to shut him down. The headshot found. Cortezia now alone. second shot connecting, but as he swings out, we'll see MIBR with a 3K to get the defuse, get Heretics up to 5.
This is a great round from MIBR. The way he's playing this Outlaw, just so aware of the angles that are possible. I mean, what are you going to do against this when Aspas and Artisan are hitting shots? Nice. Quick kill there at the Bulldog. MIBR on point. Benji trying to keep the energy there.
Still though, 3 weapons. 3 players losing their lives.
Need a drop.
Bucky for Boo. Sheriff for Benji.
Right here.
Mostly rifles. Well, all rifles and a Guardian for Verno. Check a mid. Although, look at where the Vice Wall has been put for Benji. Right outside the market door. So that could be kind of an awkward one if they're able to kind of usher them in towards that direction. Boo has to backpedal. MIBR going fishing.
Brothers playing together here. Bucky just around the corner trying to flash him in, but Artisan hits the first, finds the transfer, and that's the A site broken wide open. Still that Vandal in play here for the side of Heretics in Rien's hands. He's gonna need to make it sing. Come back from this disadvantage.
Quick rotations though. Great dart.
Quickly gonna be cleared out. Drone immediately dealt with. Not allowed to gain much vision there at all. Snake fight gonna be layered in. Aspas knows that there's a player lurking here within the smoke. Just putting himself right out in front.
I know.
A little bit of backup. The smoke now falling. Yep, they pick their targets, find one apiece. Real depth invested. And it's going to be a flawless anti-bonus here for MIBR. Stop the streak from Team Heretics.
It's not a bad idea from Heretics wanting to set up that flash for the Bucky, but the wide angle being taken here by Artisan allows him to find that 2-piece. Great timing on the backup of Aspas by Zenom. Artisan even coming through with the 3K. MIBR going to be one away from his ult though here on this defender's side. Artisan inching close to a pit.
Suspect that they're going to try to use this 3-player stack to set up for that orb take here on this A side of the map. So, yep, just the immediate back away from Artisan. Has to allow for it to happen, so Dimensional Drift now available.
Maybe just want to turn up the tempo here. But again, that Vice Wall going to be right in front, so how are they going to deal with that? A little bit extra stall as well with the Razor Vines. Right on the corner of the cubby. 3 across.
Market that's not going to get the catch there. Ooh, just managed to get catch a glimpse there on to Verno before that wall comes through. Quickly replied though. Cortesia trades it back. 4v4 Aspas. Alone here in the market. 3 players already in position. Boo starting to make his way across through the defender's spawn to try to join in. Smoke goes down on the Boba. Benji Fishy lingering forward. Catches Artisan completely off guard. Dimensional Drift now in play. Benji Fishy finds himself another. Cortesia scouted. Manages to catch a stray headshot there, finding one, but he is just out in no man's land.
Go, go, go.
Plus now needing to do everything. Well, he's going to be able to do too much of anything at all. Plant is just not for him. Heretics firing back, not allowing for MIBR to run away with this half, with the rest of this map.
Yo, Benji. Hitting some clean shots with the Vandal. Able to just tuck himself onto the back of the site. Woot. A nice opener. Oh, the timing there.
One enemy remaining.
Just like really nicely handled.
I think he's gonna save, guys. He's Aspas.
Nice.
Well,
you're not wrong.
He was correct.
It's also the correct play.
Go, go, go.
Yes. There's not much to read into on that one.
No. Mid presence being shown, but look at this stack. Again, that 4-player presence to make sure that that orb is there to continue to fast-track MIBR onto another Dimensional Drift. Seems to be a win con that they're really considering. Our Heretics.
Aspas all the way forward here, making noise at top mid. Trying to see if he can get a peek. We'll get a drone. Smacks away over towards Tiles. And we'll get the spot out here on to Verno. They're willing to try to make a play off of this one, but they are looking to pile their way in, but I think it's a bit of a self-flash on to MIBR. he tries to go out of the smoke, and then Aspas just manages to find with a stray spray.
Cortezia. Oh my God,
Flushed
Benji.
out. And Benji saying this site is his. Plenty more targets for him to try to challenge against. Finds himself another. Aspas going to be taken down, but not before Rienz falls to the wayside as well. Recon cleared. Steel Garden going to be invested. Look at this, try to go ahead, yoink these weapons out of their hands. At least the grab here onto Artisan. He's had that classic out. Getting flanked around the bend. Benji Fishy. I don't know if he actually fully checked that pocket. Burno pressuring into mid. He's able to go ahead and flush out Woot, and that opens up the A site. It's now prime for the taking.
That's a huge win. God, Benji, though.
Finds himself another, but look at the HP. It's 45-46 between the two remaining players. You've got Shenum lurking here in mid as the Hunter's Fury is going to be just sent out here. Ooh, nearly finds the connection. Shenum only going to be good for the one. Benji fishing out. An ace clutch to try to run this back. To close the gap. As you do say, the shock darts, the recon, it's all available here for Verno.
Flash placed. Flash range.
Flashes in the check towards Alley. Nothing going to be spotted. A tap. He's just banking for it. Now looking to go for the half hold. The recon gets the ping. Tries to drag off of this one. Verno just looking to try to play the time here. Bounds across the opposite side. Swoops in. And will shut him down. The clutch not to be found. Close but no cigar. MIBR now up 11-6.
Man, he plays that so well. Didn't even need the shock darts. Just uses the recon to confirm the timing on the spike defuse stick. I mean, Benji, giving it his all, has just come alive in these last couple of rounds. But it's still not enough. Still a bit of a wry smile.
Who is baiting right now? Oh my God.
I'm not sure.
Crunch play in the mid. Big change up here for the side of Heretics, but Shenum very quickly able to get away from this.
Here. They've just been so aware every time that Heretics tries to get aggressive. You know, you saw it on the attacker side when they went for top mid. It's just great responses from MIBR. They're so ready for these situations. Feels like they rarely get caught off guard. That just shows the great prep that they put in for this event. On top of stellar shooting, I mean, again, going back to that win, an individual battle with Verno versus Woot, and that opens up the round for him to clean up the final kill. Get Benji, scoot over, get the plant, but now they're walking into a big stack, and this is the spike. Oh my God!
Woot just out in the front. Bit of a double take there from Verno. Able to find the kill all the same. Some shots from Rienz. Back the opposite side there at Boba. Verno, not sure if he saw the close player here up Minibu, but he deals with him either way! Oh, just barreling forward into the site. Rienz now with everything to do as Benji Fishy manages to peel one back. Find the kill into mid, but Aspas is primed and waiting.
You're done.
12-6, MIBR. Looking to make swift work of Heretics here on their map pick of Sunset.
What a treat it is to watch Verno play. Can't speak enough. Yeah, I was going to say, I think he was mid-air when he popped him.
When you're that close.
He just got to barrel stuff him.
There's been no way to pump the brakes. All the timeouts had been committed in that first half.
And look at the ults. So much available.
4 of them. Outlaw in hand. Half armors on everyone aside from Woot. Set up here towards this A site. Hit at the ready. He's continuing to scale forward. This could potentially be to his demise. Flash attempt coming through. And it is just that. Minibu and Woot both taken down. The double stack set up here in mid. Just looking for the punish, looking to pick them apart limb from limb. Clear the cam. The shot from Shenum rings straight and true. A flat shot from Boo, but he needs so much more and cannot find it. MIBR burn the Heretics here at the stake as they'll take them down to the lower bracket in 2-0 fashion.
And Brazil is back. What a showing here for MIBR, taking down a team that hadn't lost a map coming into playoffs, and then they 2-0 them and get the lion's share of it done on their opponent's pick of Sunset. What a team that MIBR has got going right now.
The return to form from this squad is looking absolutely incredible. It should be striking fear into the hearts of every other team.
Oh God.
Still remaining here in the playoffs.